Hey, Mom. How are you?
Oh, Ronan's team made the playoffs.
I heard he told me he's going to go to
Go
the
to
champion.
state.
He's going to go to state.
Yeah, that's what we're doing tomorrow. Fabulous.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him. Yeah, so I went to see Furiosa. Uh, my first, my first time seeing a movie in LA, and
Yeah.
I see Chris Hemsworth.
And without further ado, please enjoy our movie, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
That's my guy. That's Chris
Yeah,
Hemsworth.
he went to theater.
I
Like,
know I've been sing with Natalie this morning. I would have tortured Alan is like because that's like my guy,
I
right?
know you love him. Like we almost didn't go, Mom. We almost didn't go. And so we go into theater. I I knew something was up. E- there was like this big guy guarding the entrance, and I wasn't sure he didn't look like a security guard. Like he was dressed normally, but there was something off about that. But I would not have guessed, not in a million years. And then they just come out.
This film was designed to be seen on the big screen, and all of you here tonight, this collective experience, we are so grateful for. We're so passionate about this film, we put our heart and soul into it, and the cinema going experience exists because of all of you being here in the cinema. So thank you very much.
Are you guys excited?
I've been in LA 3 days, Mom.
It seemed the guy drool over. Lucky dog.
Mhm. He's hot in real life, Mom.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. I've heard rumors.
He's
You
gorgeous.
have to see him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna rub it in. I'm gonna rub it in.
Yeah, you can.
And the moment that happened, I was like, oh my God, Mom is going to be so excited.
I was one day later, I would have seen him, and most importantly, I would have been messed. I would have been able to mess with my husband on that entire life,
Yeah,
and then
you could have
and
lord
then
that over Dad for the rest of his life. And
what?
so you have to understand that my opinion of that movie is extremely colored by that. Like it was I
Well, so smart of them because they're trying to get
yeah, they
money.
come out, they thank you for coming, and then they it's really effective.
Are you guys excited?
I am sure they figured out that a bunch of YouTubers go to that theater on that day on Thursday. And so it has way more impact for them specifically because all these influencer people that talk about it is going to say, "Oh, I saw him." And that gets people to go in the movies because they really want people to go to the movie theater.
Well, no, certain movies need to be seen in the movie theater.
That one, Mom,
Home.
see it in IMAX. It's
Okay.
great in
Chris
IMAX.
Helmsworth and IMAX.
No, just the action, the explosions, the movement. It's shot very well.
The look of the movie.
What about the look of the movie?
I love the look of the previous movie.
Oh, it had that look. I mean, it was shot in a very beautiful fashion. The colors, the all that. It was. I would say it was comparable to that.
Nice.
And Chris Hemsworth was great in it. And so I'm saying it's like it's hard to judge that movie just because you're still riding the high of them. I them actually showing up.
Right.
Maddie immediately after was trying to convince me of like, yeah, this happens every time you go see a movie in Hollywood. Didn't you know that? This happens every time. And
Seeing more movies.
this has never happened to her. And she was like trying to convince me that this happens every time. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
all the time.
Oh yeah, it always happens. It always happens. So, when I'm trying to be critical of the movie, it's very difficult because I think part of me, and I was telling, Maddie and Eddie, and that they both agree, we're like hypnotized. Especially since the first half of that movie is definitely the weaker part of that movie. So by the
It's
time,
setting everything up,
by that time that hypnotizing power of Chris Hemsworth wears off, the movie's already good. Yeah, like the first 40 minutes is I mean that half the movie is with her as like a 10-year-old. I mean it wasn't bad. It's just at a certain point you're like, well, when is she gonna grow up? When is that gonna happen? It just kept going and going. There was a bunch of
It's like, it's basically her life kind of thing.
yeah, a bunch of her scenes where you're like, this probably didn't need to be there. It wasn't, none of them were bad scenes. Like, it wasn't bad. It was just like it went on for a little too long. But the action was great. I mean, that which is why you go to that sort of movie. So it delivered on what the promise, which is a lot of driving and explosions. It was great. You'd love it. And the plot was basically just existed as a vehicle to get you to those action set pieces. Kind of like John Wick, but it's significantly less dumb than John Wick 3. And also it's not just like the previous movie, it has almost no talking. I mean, it's mostly visual and nonverbal and action for the most
Well,
part.
I kind of like that because when you're in action scene, it's not like movie theater. If you've got an enemy, you're not going to sit there. Well, I'm going to rip your head off. But that's one of the few things that I liked by that. What was the name of that Star Wars
The
where
Phantom Menace, yeah. The,
Phantom Menace, where the door opens and there's Darth Maul and not a single thing is said, and she goes, "We'll go a different direction." Yeah, it's understood that we're going to try to kill each other.
yeah.
No data dump, no, none of the ridiculous monologuing. Perfect.
Yeah, that's it had a bunch of that, but there just was the protagonist does not do a lot of talking. Also partially because she was hiding as a guy for a lot of the movie. But that was one of the she for the most part her
She was
action
hiding a guy
she was hiding as a guy.
like a boy, like a young
Yeah, as a
boy.
boy because this is about her child. This is about
Right,
her as
right.
a but
Well, she could probably get away with that.
no, she got away with that fine except
I mean, literally, you could possibly do that as a young person because she's not super curvy. Maybe.
no, you would not pass as a boy.
Uh,
But so that was part of the movie, but and for the most part she was very intelligent. Like I felt like her actions were very made a lot of sense. There wasn't a lot of stupid
oh,
decisions.
I hate that. I
This
hate when
the But the dumbest decision that just didn't make sense was that she left her hair long. So when like her hat flew off and her hair comes undone. I know they did it for the shot, the visual of it, but it was like, why were you keeping
wave through my hair. You're Peppermint Patty.
I was like, why was your hair like that if you're trying to hide as a boy? Like, what? Mom? Mom?